So today we are going to discuss about joins. Okay, join operation in calculation views. Join operations in calculation views. Okay, so let's try to cover as much as possible. Okay, so firstly we will talk about inner join, how to perform inner join in a calculation view, and then left outer join, and then right outer join. Okay, so these are the three concepts initially we are going to cover in our scenario. So first of all, we need to understand what is inner join, left outer and right outer. Then we can understand how to define it on a calculation view and how to see the data output also. So let's take one small example for inner join and try to understand it. Okay, so for example, let's say we have some transactional data. Okay, this topic already I explained while learning SQL statements. Okay, so it's just a revision kind of thing in calculation views also, because in SQL statements also we need to know how to work with joins, and in calculation view also we must know how to how these joins will work. Okay, document number and then material created on material quantity unit. So let's say this is your transactional data. Okay, so let's take any two examples, 2022-0101 and material M1, quantity 100, units PC. Let's select this, and one more record, 2022-0101 and M2 material with the 150 quantity PC. So this is your, let's say this is your transactional data. Okay, now you want to join this your transactional data with one of the material master data. What it is? Material master data. So material master data contains material information and text information like description. Okay, so these are the material text master data, let's say it is. In material text master data, you have M1 means material 1, M2 means material 2, M3 means material 3. So let's assume this is our material master data available in our system. So now your requirement is you want to join your transaction data with your material master data to bring the material description for each record in your transaction data. Okay, so in my transaction data I have two records, and you want to enhance one more column in your transactional data to show material description. So this is your requirement. In order to perform this operation, so what you need to do, you have to perform a join between these two and bring the matching description here. Okay, so now in this scenario, if we are trying to apply inner join, let's see how this works. Okay, inner join means, so to first of all, to join between two tables, you need a field called key field. Okay, to join two different tables, we need to identify the key field. So what a key field means, by using which column you can bring the other columns from the different second table. Okay, na? So here by using this material information, you can bring the description from the master data. So here the key field is material. So it's not always only one column as a key field. Sometimes 2 to 3 columns, a combination also will bring the unique information from the right side table. Okay, so whatever key you are using, that key must be unique on the second table. It's very important. Whatever key you are using to join to the second table, that must be unique in the second table. If not, it your join will not work properly, and it you may get more data. Okay, we talk about this more data after some time. So now what will happen? So since here in our scenario, M1 material is the key between these two tables, because on the second table, by using material, I can differentiate each record. M1 means I have only one record. For M2, only one record is there. If you have more records with M1 on the second table, then taking M1 is not a correct thing. You need something else also to make to define unique record on the second table. Okay. So now what will happen when you are performing inner join between this one and this one? So what is the functionality for inner join is, if the key matches between left table and right table, then the corresponding whichever column you are expecting, that column information it will be bring. Okay. So the output of inner join is only matching records between both tables. The output of inner join is a matching data. Okay, matching data between two tables. For example, here M1 in the left side table is matching with the M1 from the right side table. So then what will happen, since M1 matching, then the description material 1 from the right side table will come into your output. Okay, so to make it our let's say, so now what is the next thing? The second record. So when comes to second record, M2 from the second record, because material is key, M2 from the second record is matching with M2 from the right side table also. Okay, so material 2 will come and sit on our second record. Okay, now let's assume we have one more record in our transaction data 1003 with M4. Okay, now what will happen? So will this M4 record comes to our output or not? It won't come. Why? Because M4 here is not matching with M4 and like we don't have M4 on the right side table. For that reason, inner join doesn't bring this record. Inner join will the output of inner join is only the matching records from left and right side table. Okay, matching key records I can say. So only M1, M2 is your output. Even though you have one extra record in the left side table, this record won't come into your output because the matching record it's not found on the right side table. Okay, this is how inner join will work. So now let's talk about left outer join. So same dataset I am taking for the left outer join also. So what is left outer join? Left outer join is equal to left outer join. So left outer join is nothing but a combination of inner join plus leftover records from left table. This is what left outer join. It means left outer join is a combination of inner join plus leftover records from left table. So what is inner join? Inner join is the combination, the records, the key matches, the records where the key matches between left and right table, which is nothing but our M1 and M2. M1, M2 records are matching between both left and right side table. So we got these two records into output. And so what was the second part of a left outer join? Leftover records from left table. So what was so first record already came to output, second record came to output, but coming to third record, so this is not part of inner join, and leftover means which is not part of output, nothing. Leftover is nothing but which is not part of output. Okay, so this record is not part of output, even though we don't have any matching key on the right hand side, because we are using left outer join. This is also part of our output. Okay, so left outer join M4, right? Even though we don't have any matching record between M4 for M4 on the right hand side, since it is a left outer join, in left outer join, all the records from the left table must be will come into the output screen, I can say. Okay, so in this case, if M4 is not available on the right hand side, then what happens to the column which we derived from the right hand table, this middle description? For the records where the matching key not found on the right side table, the column is updated with null. Okay, in HANA we can see null as a question mark. Generally it is null. Okay, for the records where we don't find matching key on the right side table, the enhanced columns like which are coming from right side table, those columns filled with null value in question mark or null, like this we can say. Okay. So this is left outer join. Left outer join is a combination of inner join plus leftover records from the right hand side table. Then now let's see about right outer join. So same scenario. So what is right outer join? So right outer join is nothing but inner join plus leftover records from right table. Leftover records from right table. Okay. So what it means? So let's remove this third row. So we know what is inner join and how these two records are coming here. So I'm not explaining again inner join part. What is this leftover records from right table? So now what happened? This M1 is matching with M1. M2 from the right table is matching with M2. And what happened to M3? M3 from the right table is matching with any record from the left hand table? No, right? So whichever records are not mapped with the left table will also come into my output. So what will happen here? Here material 3 comes into picture. Okay. And if material 3 coming from the right side table, then what happened to the records columns coming from left table? All these records will be filled with null. Okay. So right outer join means we based upon the join key, whichever fields are matching, inner join is like this, and leftover records from right table means whichever records are not part of join criteria, not part of output, those also come to your output in this way. Okay. So what will happen here is when right outer join is happening, the system doesn't process, from left hand side. If the system will start processing the output from right hand side. So earlier what we did earlier when we are learning left outer join and inner join, we thought like, okay, for first record we have M1, so corresponding record from right table and bring material in M1 information. Okay, but when comes to right outer join, so it is not the case. What will happen? Our priority table is this one. Okay, so this table will come to this side for understanding, because for left to right is always easy for us. So this table is important for us. So first of all, it will check M1 and it will see any record is having M1 on this table. Okay. Then this record is matching. So this record comes here. Then it goes for M2. For M2 also there is a matching record. So it is bringing M2 here. And for M3 there is no matching record. Even though there is no matching record, since it is right outer join, it is fetching only the required columns from this table, and all the columns from this particular table will come as question mark. So in general, keeping this table on the right hand side is correct because we are using right outer join. But when it comes to understanding the output, it is better to keep it on the left hand side. That's it. So in this way, now we learned about what are the 3 different types of joins here and how exactly these works. Now we are going to see this in our calculation view, how to apply it and how will be the output. Okay, so let me close all these things here. So for our example, I am using 3 different tables. One is sales data, AN_ sales data. Here I have some transactional data. Okay, so I'm having around 10 records with the transaction information. Material is the master data, customer is a master data column in this transactional data. So now I will try to join my material and customer with their master data to bring corresponding descriptions. Okay, so this is the requirement. So at the end my output is I need 2 more columns to my output with material description and customer description. Okay. So let's try to create one calculation view. So right click on calculation view, new, CV_ sales join example. Okay. calculation view I'm creating. Click on finish. To bring any data, any table information into my design of calculation view, first of all, I need to take projection. Okay. And within this projection, I am adding my required table. So I want to bring data from sales data, sales table. So I am adding my sales table into my projection. Okay. And I want all the columns from my sales table. That's the reason I am right clicking on this my table and add all to output. So when you click on add all to output, then your output, on the on this panel, output panel, your columns must will be added here. Okay. So you have like this now. So I am bringing one more projection to my design and adding customer. So initially I am trying to join my data. I am trying to bring customer master data into my output. So for that reason, I taken one more projection here and added my customer master data information table. Okay. And I need both the columns from this table. So add all to output. You see, before adding it to output, my columns on the output tab doesn't have any fields. Whenever I add something here, then these two are coming here. Okay. And it's very important to understand, you see customer. So when you click on, when you see this particular field, it is telling from where exactly this field was mapped. This field was mapped from an underscore customer table. See, this is the an underscore customer table. In that table, customer is your name. Because why we need to know this one? Because we have a flexibility to change the column names. Okay. For example, this field name, this is there. So instead of description, I want to change this description to customer text. Customer text. Oh, sorry. So the description must be like this. First underscore text. No spaces in between. You see, customer text. So when you see this one, this field exactly not equal to the column name here, but the right side what we have from this information, we get to know which column in this table is equivalent to this field. Okay, no? That's it. Now what is my next requirement? Now I want to join these two projections. Okay, so I am bringing now join operator into my design here. Okay, so join can be happen on only two tables, not more than two. Okay, so first of all, my first priority is sales data, transaction data. I am adding that to my join, and then I am adding my customer master data into also to join. Just a drag and drop. So here you will see one arrow mark like this. When you put your cursor here, you will see one arrow mark. Select this arrow mark, click on it, and then drag it to the join. Then automatically the join will happen here. Okay. So now join will contains only two tables. Now if I click on this join on the details pan, I can see both the tables information. Okay, like this projection 1, projection 2. So if projection 1, projection 2, like since these are projection nodes, the description of it is showing as projection. But if you want to change the description of your projection node, you can change it. For example, this is sales data. So sales, and I want to change my projection 2 to customer master. So just simply customer underscore customer underscore master data. So I can change my text of my projection node. So when you click on join one, here you can see the names reflecting here. So left side table is my sales table, right side table is my customer master data. Now I want to join these two, but before joining these two, first of all decide what are the output fields you want from both tables. From sales table, I want all the fields to the output, and from customer master table, I want only customer text, because customer column already available in my output. So I don't want one more time to add it to my output. That's the reason I am enabling only customer text. Okay, now I need to define the join condition between these two tables. So my join condition is on customer. So select customer on the left table, drag and drop, and select drag and drop it on the customer on the right side table. So then there will be mapping happen like this. Now double click on this mapping line, then you can see the join definition. So we joined customer from the sales table to customer from the customer master table. And what type of join it is? By default, it is a inner join. Okay, you know, right, how inner join works. So yeah, it's fine. inner join. I don't want to put anything. Cardinality, if you want, you can define cardinality also. If you don't need, fine. But it is n is to 1 because for example, let's take customer C1. Okay. For C1 customer, we may have n number of records with C1 customer on the left hand side table, but for C1 we will have only one record from the right side table. That's why it is n is to 1. Okay, column. Okay, so you define this one, then you are defined with, you see in this join node, this is a Venn diagram. I think this is Venn diagram. This itself tells you what type of join you are using here. If middle one is filled like this, then it is nothing but inner join. If it is left outer join, it will be different symbol. If it is right outer join, then you can see this Venn diagram in a different way. Okay, so no need to go to projection this node and check what kind of join we are applying here. By seeing this Venn diagram itself, you can able to tell, okay, easily identify easily. So I am done with my join node. Okay, so now what I'm doing, I'm not going to do any join with material master data. I will do it in the second phase. So I'm joining now my join to aggregation. Okay, I am joining my join node to the aggregation node. So now my aggregation node contains these fields. But you see my customer is on somewhere and my customer text is somewhere. Okay, but it is good to have customer and customer text next to next, right? So if you want in that way, first of all, let's add all to the output, and you have a flexibility to move the fields to your desired location. So I am bringing my customer text next to customer. Okay, if I do in this way on the semantics, now I can see customer and customer text next to each other, so that it will be easy to understand. So click on this auto assign symbol where it assigns the data type of each field automatically, and then go to view properties. I'm having some privileges here. I'm unassigning all the privileges and then activating my calculation view. Done. Now I want to see my data preview. Go here. Raw data. You see customer, for each customer I can see corresponding customer information. 10 records are there in my source, so I'm getting 10 records also, because for all the customers here I'm having my customer information here. Okay, now to understand inner join better, to more understand this inner join better, in our customer master data I have C1, C2, C3. Let's delete C2 and see how my customer master data output will be. Since from my sales data I have only C1, C2, all the records for both C1 and C2, I have data available on my customer master. That's why you are able to see all the 10 records. What will happen if my customer master data doesn't contains C2? Then what will happen? The join condition will fail. Then only C1 data will come into my output. Okay, just to showcase this also to you, what I am trying to do is I am trying to delete this particular C2 record from my customer master table. So to do so, how I can do it? I can simply write one SQL statement. See, this is a demo server, so I can do anything, but in real time we don't delete in our production systems and all. Okay, so delete. Keyword table is there. I forgot that one. Delete one. Where my column name. What is the column name? Customer is equal to C2. Customer is equal to C2. Sorry, not in double quotes, single quotes. Okay. Let's see. Delete table. I forgot the keyword. Sorry for that. Okay, so this was the syntax. Delete from table name where customer is equal to. If I do so, what will happen? From this table, you see second record got deleted. Okay, now let's see. Initially my output was like this. If my second table doesn't contain C2, then let's see what will be my output. Okay, I'm going here, executing it, raw data. You see, I got only 7 records. Now I'm not getting C2 because there is no proper join condition established for C2 because of inner join. So the key does not found on the second table. In our example, inner join, here the C2 was not there. That's the reason only C1 came into my output. Okay, that's it. And I want to, yeah, let it be like this. No, I want to add again. So insert into table values C2 comma customer 2. Okay, so try to since we already covered all these statements in our previous sessions, I'm not explaining much here, but always try to practice. That's it. So now we learned how to create a calculation view by using an inner join, and we know how exactly this is working also. Okay, now what next? So we learned about inner join. Then let's learn about left outer join. Oh, then it is better to have that syntax here, right? Sorry, delete from where customer is equal to C2. Yeah. So yeah, it's a good thing to have like this, because I want to show you left outer join, right? For that scenario, I need this case. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to my calculation view. I'm changing my join property from inner join to left outer join. So what we learned from left outer join, even though the matching key not found on the right side table, bring those records also to the output. Those are nothing but leftover records. Okay, so I am going to my join node here. On the output tab, I can change my join type from inner join to left outer. I am changing my join condition and select on OK. You see, when I change my join condition to left outer, the Venn diagram symbol got changed here. You see, now it is left outer join symbol it is. Okay, now activate my calculation view. Now let's see the data preview. Earlier, when we don't have C2 in our table, we got 7 records as output. But let's see now how many records will come on output. You see 10 records are coming from output. And wherever the right side table key not matched, there we are getting question mark. Nothing but it is a null symbol. Okay, it is nothing but null operator here, null symbol here. Okay, so if when we are using left outer join, if the key not matches with the key not found on the right side table, then the columns coming from right side table will be filled with null question mark. Okay, so this is how left outer join works. So now let's see about right outer join. So simply let's go to our example and change our join type from left outer to right outer join. Activate our calculation view and check the data preview. I'm going for data preview, raw data. If you see here, C1 is there, C3 is there in my customer master data. C3 is there in my customer master data, but I don't have any records for this C3 on my transactional data. So since we are using right outer join, all the columns from my left table will be filled with null symbols, just as I explained in our Excel sheet, the example. Okay, so this is how the 3 type of joins will work in our calculation views. Okay, so apart from these 3 joins, what else we have? We have referential text join and full outer join. Full outer join, what is full outer join? Full outer join is simple. So full outer join is nothing but inner join, leftover records from left table and leftover records from right table. All these 3 combination will be acted as a full outer join. So for our quick example, I am changing my join type to full outer and activating my calculation view and showing a data preview. So if you see the data, you see left outer, this record resembles left outer join and left outer join, inner join, and this record resembles nothing but right outer join. So full outer join is a combination of inner join, left outer join and right outer join. Okay, that's it. Text join and all we see in further sessions. Okay, because here we still have something to cover. Okay, na? Very important point is that to cover. So what is the important point here? I told you when we are using inner join, left outer or right outer, whatever may be the join, the key what you are defining must be unique. If the key fields what you defining between both tables is not bringing unique combination, then there may be a problem in your data set. So to show that example, I'm doing, I created, we have one extra material master data. Okay, we have one material master data, open content. Here you see, here for material, here in the material text master data, generally material will be the key. But what I did is here, I created two records for M1 material, one with active version, another one with modified version. But in generally what we do when we are joining with material master data, we always keep material as a key. So let's try to run our exam, create one scenario where we have material as a key. Close everything. So to understand this, if you see the output, then it will be more clarity for you. And one more point we are learning here. So this is your initial version of calculation view. Now you want to enhance this calculation view with extra join with material master data. So what you are going to do? So where you are going to perform your extra enhancement to this calculation view. Okay. Here in this join one, you have material information. Now you want to add material text also to your calculation view. So where you will perform this? Okay, we will perform this in between this one because aggregation node is the top node. Here I cannot perform anything on top of it. Below only I need to do some modifications. So my best place is here. Okay, here I need to add it. So to add it, do I need to delete? Do I need to delete this particular one? It's not required. Okay, so what you can do is, so generally what I will do is, I will bring these to bottom. 1 second. Yeah, let's drag these things to a little bit downside. Okay, where you can see a little bit big arrow like this. Now bring one more join node. Now bring one more join node and keep it on the line. You see this color of the line changes from blue to yellow. So like this, keep this one. Do you wish to insert the node between join one and aggregation? Give it yes. So by doing what exactly we are achieving means, if what will happen if without doing it, if we try to delete the join condition, let me see. If you delete the link between your join and aggregation, what will happen is whatever are there till this aggregation node, everything gone. You see, aggregation node completely got empty. Okay, but if you perform the way how I drag it on between join, between this join node, then everything will be there as it is. You see, my aggregation node still contains the columns of my previous output. Okay, the whatever is there, everything will be exactly available here. So now now I want to hear why I brought this join 2 into my design node, because now I want to join here material master data. So to join material master data, first of all I need to bring material master data into my design. So for that I am bringing one projection node and adding my material master data into this projection node. Okay, and I am changing my projection name to material master data. Okay, now join this node to the this one, join to. Now on the design panel details tab I can see. Okay, so I forgot to add fields or to output from this one. So on the projection node I need all the fields to be added to my output. Okay, so on join to, which field I'm expecting from my material master data? I'm expecting description column from my material master data, and the join condition between these two is material. Okay, I'm keeping inner join, even not inner join, left outer join. I'm keeping in real time. If you are performing join with any master data, which join we will use? We will use left outer join. In this way, we are not missing any data from our transactional information. So if master data not available, in those places we will get null, but if it is available we will get data. If we use inner join here, if any time if we are missing master data in the tables, then you are missing the transactional data also in your output, where it leads to some mismatch of data between your source and your reporting. In join one also, I am going to change my join operator to left outer join. Okay. Then join 2, we are done with this one, aggregation semantics. In the aggregation node, yeah, I need to change in the join 2 node, change the description column name. So this is nothing but material text. Okay, to make it more clear, material text. On the aggregation node, I am bringing customer, I need to enable this material text and bring material text next to material and bring customer text next to customer, and then go to semantics, yeah, auto assign, activate. Now let's see the output of it. I am having 10 records, but here I am seeing 16 records. Why so? Why 16 records are coming here? You see, I am expecting only 10 records, but I am getting 16 records here. Why? Because my transactional data is 10 records. So everywhere I am doing left outer join. So at the end I am expecting 16 records only, but I am getting some extra records in my output. So this is happening because of material master data join. You see 1001 record document number got duplicated here. It came twice, and 1002 also, 1003 came twice, 1006 came twice, 1008 came twice. Okay, 10 also. So few records came here 2 times instead of 1 time. So why it happened? It happened because of we have duplicate records in our material master data. As I explained before, I am coming to this topic. In my material master data, 1 minute. Let me close all this. In my material master data, I am having 2 records with M1. Okay. So what exactly this happens if we have data like this? Let me explain simply here, and then I will show you and how to correct it also. Material. This is very important. That's why when you want to perform join conditions in your calculation view, make sure the key you defining must create unique combination. Okay. So what will happen is when the first record comes, when you are using inner join, how system performs? System takes first record from the left table and try to matches the key with the right hand side table. So you see here one hit found M1. So then it is creating one record on your output. Then it is not stopping here. Your operation will go further. It will try to search any further M1s are available here or not. When it comes to this record, it found one more hit. Then what will happen? It will create one more record on your output with corresponding text information. Okay, so in this way, instead of coming one record, you are getting 2 records. So what will happen if in this case you are getting your quantity also doubled? Okay, because at the end our quantity total summation of your transaction data must be 400, but duplicate records forming because of the join condition. Sorry, just a second. Okay, yeah. Okay, so why this happened here? Why this happened is because this material is not creating a unit combination on your right hand side table. Okay, so if you have such kind, in our scenario also same thing happened. In our material, when we are joining with the material key, we have duplicate record with this material here, M1 with A, M1 with M also, modified version. So in this scenario, what I need to do? So in my calculation view, to handle this kind of scenarios, I need to keep filter on my material master data to bring only object version A. Here I need to go to my, I am going to my projection node, I am going to filter section. Here I am applying a filter on object version is equal to A. Here you can write like this, or you can do graphically also. Graphically means right click on object version, apply filter, and equal to operator with value A. So in this case, in this way, what will happen? Only A version records comes to your output, and for A version, from when we filter this data with A version, then this record doesn't comes to the output. Then you have unique combination for this material one, and your report output will be correct. Now you see you have only 10 records. So this way, if you are not defining proper join condition between the other nodes, your output may alter. So always make sure you must identify proper unique condition when performing join between two nodes or two tables. Same case, even, yeah, that's it. That's all on the join condition. Okay. So at the end, overall we learned about 3 different type of joins here, and full outer join also, and what was the scenarios we must carefully handle while performing this joins in our real time environment. Okay, that's all. Stopping my recording.